Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to Senpai Hobby. Today we're going to be taking a look at another DSPIAE product, and this is going to be the tabletop vise. Now if I'm completely honest, I've actually had this sitting down by my feet for probably about 3 weeks, and I haven't even, I cracked it open to take a look at it, but I haven't even messed with it. This was purchased over at newtype.com, but you can end up finding this over at other places. I do not have a discount code or anything like that, so sorry for that. But yeah, almost all shops end up carrying this. You might have to poke around. I will say right off the bat, a lot of DSPIAE products are based off of other items, and I've seen said other items, whether it be on AliExpress, Amazon, things like that. This is really similar to a jeweler's clamp. I have one of those, except this was actually cheaper, and I actually like this one better as far as looks and aesthetics and everything. So without further ado, I will jump us down to the table. We'll take a look at what comes in the box and everything, and then close out this video. All right. So here we are with the DSPIAE AT-TV directional tabletop vise. See, taking a look at the box as usual, it's like their packaging is top notch. Like, I love their packaging on this. If I crank it over this way, you can read this information. This side, nothing. This side, you get some pictures, nothing, and some information on the bottom. So cracking open the box, yes, I've already taken the plastic off. Like I said, I've already looked at. I actually saved these boxes for gift boxes because they're that nice. All right, so you have some information on here of how to, I guess, position it and stuff. Not really great instructions, but hey, inside you get nice foam packaging. You get one baggie that has some rubberized feet things. You get some rubberized parts on here. I'm going to assume maybe that's for the clamp. And you get these pins, which shockingly really look like the same pins that are used inside of the paint mixer. You get some rubber tubing, that's to go over the pins, and you get the clamp itself. Getting the box out of the way here. So the clamp itself is very simple. I'm kind of torn on this, so we'll put on the little rubber feet, but I would really like, and I may end up drilling a hole in the bottom of here to be able to mount this actually to the desk. Yes, it's good to be able to mount it around, but if you're doing something like these little rubber feet aren't going to hold it that much. And I only know because they use the same rubber stuff on all of their products. So we'll put the little rubber feet on there, and that works okay, but you can still see like it slides around. So if I'm doing something, like it's going to move around. So these bases are just aluminum. So if you have a place that you know that you're going to end up working on this, because it does fully adjust, like it's on a ball head, you can pretty much do anything with it. The only thing I would like is if you could position it more like to this angle, or if I give you an overhead shot more this way, that would actually be handy for me anyway. And I might end up modifying this and grinding out a part of this section to be able to get more tilt out of it. That's just me personally. This is spring loaded, so it does, like if you let loose on it, it's going to let loose. So that part is good. But I think probably what I'm going to end up doing is either getting a bigger board or something like that where I can mount this to it so that it can be more secure. Because I plan on using this for like doing some scribing and stuff, and I don't want it moving around while I'm doing it. But at the same time, I don't want to have to hold it because that defeats the purpose. Otherwise, I might as well just be holding it like this. So over here, you get one knob. That's going to give you free range on here. On the underside, you have some screw pins, which I'm not sure what they're for because it doesn't look like the cube comes apart. I'm going to assume it's to hold in the ball because that's why it kind of looks like. But you get a screw knob on here. We'll tighten that down. Tighten down. I can't move that, so that part is good. On the clamp over here, you can tighten it down. You get some rods, nice and smooth threads on there. That part is good. On here, you have all these pinholes, so you can adjust for almost anything. And they give you some extra pins on here, so don't lose them. So there you go. You get 8 pins, and you can arrange those however that you end up needing. I'm not sure what these are for. They're kind of curved, and I'm trying to see where that would end up going. I'm going to assume maybe in here, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe it's more for the bottom. I don't know. I can't see clearly where they would end up going. So for these, I would probably suggest taking this rubber tubing and making you know, 4 pins with rubber tubing and maybe 4 without. This is made to basically be cushioned, and I would just suggest like putting them in and then sliding the tube on and then cutting them down. So here we have this one, snip, that one, snip, 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 and you get plenty of leftover. And I'm sure that they're intending on you to putting on for everything. I'm not worried about that. Let's take another DSPIAE product. Actually, you know what? Let's take out the 2 regular pins. So let's say we have a piece like this. So you can make adjustments on here. If you have a regular piece, an angled piece, you can do that. These actually do grip very well. You might want to wash them off every once in a while because they might get a little funky. Let's see what kind of diameter we can get on here. Because right now I am working on the Sosby head, and I might use this for rescribing some lines. That seems to work better. Instead of just doing that, just kind of hold this in place, and then you can spin that a lot easier, it seems like. Not quite. So there is size limitations to this, which is unfortunate, but I mean, not everybody's going to be doing a 1/60 scale Sosby head. But if we do something reasonable, like a core fighter, we can clamp that down if you're wanting to do panel lines, or if you're wanting to scribe on there. It should hold it nice and secure. I haven't really cranked it down because I don't want to damage it, but at the same time, like, it's a clamp. It's really hard to do reviews on stuff like this because, I mean, what else is there to say? It's a clamp. Do I think it's worth the money? If you're going to end up using it, if it's something that you can make use of, yes, definitely. I did end up finding that this was cheaper than the jeweler's clamp that I already own, which I think I spent about $39 on, and I think this was in the 20 range, like $26, $27, something like that. So for that price, I definitely think that it's worth the money. If this is something that you'll end up using, great. Like I said, around the $26 to $29 range, I think is what I ended up paying for it. I got it over at New Type. No discount codes are active over there. Galactic Toys carries them, USA Gundam Store carries them, Mecha Warehouse carries them, Gundam Pros carries them. Almost everybody ends up carrying them. It's just whether you can find them in stock or not, and which is more convenient for you. I am definitely going to check into being able to mount this down, or finding a little clamp so that I can clamp this to my desk to make it easier, because I do want to use this for doing some panel line stuff. The downside is it can only go so big. So like 1/60 scale stuff, you might have some issues. But as far as 1/100 or 1/144 scale, it's perfect. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this review. If you did, make sure and hit the like button. If you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button, because it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And as usual, Senpai out.